I don't know what's going on. I could not get on to the meeting with my iPad, so I was on my phone.
Okay, well, we are live and you may start whenever you feel like it.
Okay, sounds good. Well, welcome everybody. It is May, and this is the Forestation Board meeting, and we'll get started with the review of the April 9th minutes. And I've reviewed them. They look good to me. Does anyone have any questions or corrections?
Looks good.
Okay, so can we have a motion to approve them?
So moved.
Second?
A second.
Okay, very good. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, excellent. So we can move on, and I see the mayor is with us today. What would you like to share?
Hi, Linda. Hi, everybody. So I want to announce, which I may not have shared with this group, although I may have. If this is repetitious, I apologize for that. But at the June 15th council meeting, the city will make the award of the Craig Mile Award to Lynn Granger for his work with the Eagle Scouts and our parks and the improvement to our parks. So I think he's most deserving. And if I've already told you that before, forgive the repetition, but he's a great guy, and it probably bears repeating to bring his name up again.
No, that
So,
is news, and he's done so much to help the Parks and Recreation people and working with the Scouts. Excellent choice.
Oh, thank you. I think if Linda, if you'll be at the meeting, but if you would say a few remarks about Lynn, I know he would appreciate that, and I would appreciate that.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay. So I guess the next thing I'll do is thank the members of this committee for the work they do, which is very important. Of this board, it's very important to the city, and we really value and appreciate the work that you do. So the past week has been dominated, past 2 weeks really have been dominated by our public-private partnership that we're entering into to develop the new downtown prospect. A week ago on Monday, we received the master plan that was prepared by Jeff Speck and Mike Watkins. That's been provided to, I hope all of you have gotten a link to that. If you haven't, I'll send it to you. That led to the Tuesday meeting of last week, a joint meeting of the Architectural Review Committee and the council, at which the plan was presented. This past Monday, the Courier Journal did a pretty significant story about the project. I thought that Matt Lewicki is the gentleman's name. I thought he just did an excellent job of taking a very complicated project with a lot of moving parts and presenting it in such a way that you could really understand what was going on. So I was real pleased with that. That led to a number of TV stories that have been on. I think that's all been favorable and positive. WHAS, WLKY, WAVE, Business First, and others have provided very positive coverage. Don Gibson, this morning I went to the Fed breakfast that was down at the Speed, and a couple of the people at my table, when they heard I was from Prospect, said, "Oh, we've been reading all about you." So the word has gotten out, but I would say, without question, the response has been overwhelmingly positive, and that's been very gratifying. So we're moving forward with that. Jim Brainerd continues to give us excellent guidance and assistance. I'll tell you a little anecdote. Yesterday, I received an email from a friend, lawyer that I practiced many cases with, who lives in Fox Harbor. He's now retired from the practice, and he and his wife are considering downsizing. So he wanted to find out how he could sign up for one of the townhouses or apartments. And I said, well, let me put you in touch with Wes Johnson. I called Wes to tell him that he was going to be receiving a call from my friend, and already had 3 other inquiries from people. So the demand, I think the demand is clearly there for this type of housing in Prospect. And I think it's going to be very, very positive as we continue to move forward. It still feels, I have to say, overwhelming because there are so many moving parts. The key to this is annexation of the land that this project, on which this project will be developed. And we need 38 signatures to get the 75% required for it to occur automatically. We need 6 additional signatures. We have 2 people in Ken Carla who we're very confident will sign. Wes has met with the realtor for the Head Family Trust, and has had a very good discussion with them about if we could get the members of the Head family who live on the land to sign the petition, we'll have enough signatures. So we have just enough, but we would have enough. And with all due respect to the people who live on that land, they sort of want it all. They want no development. They don't want to move, but they want the money from the sale of the land. So I'm hoping that the money wins out in that situation. So anyway, it's been a whirlwind. It's been positive, but there's a lot going on.
Anything else?
Let me
Deal
just
with
mention everybody, because I've been getting a lot of questions about from different people as to where they can see the plan. As you know, it's pretty extensive documents, almost 70
Mhm.
pages. I am, as we speak, posting this on the front of our website and one of the news columns. So if you have people that you run into who are interested in looking at it, they'll find it right on the front page of our website.
Good. Thank you. Okay.
Thanks, John.
Yeah, because it is very expensive and you have to spend some time looking at it and going back and forth to understand. And, one of the things that came up in the meeting last week that is of interest to certainly everybody attending this session is that there are a lot of trees that were inventoried, and they will have some naturalized areas that will be preserved as part of this development. So I think that's an important detail for us cognizant of, as well as when they start into the, I guess, more formal designs for the town center, that there will be new trees added there, and certainly sensitivity to what will be appropriate for that kind of environment will be a consideration as well. So I think we should be cautiously optimistic.
That's a really good point, Linda. I appreciate you saying that. If you'll look at the images, there's one of the amphitheater, and you'll see that not only are trees not removed, but they show trees right in the amphitheater itself, mature trees. So the goal is to preserve as many trees as possible and add trees. And as I pointed out before, 40% of the overall acreage remains green space. So it's a real opportunity for a positive mixed use with positive environmental impact.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people just thought that all the trees were going to be torn out, and that's certainly not what's happening. And I think the meeting went out of its way to kind of clarify that no, they will try to save any tree that they can that's appropriate, and add trees
Right.
where a part of the design and building for the future. So
Correct.
excuse me. Going on, the next topic we have are hazardous trees, and Lee had found another one in Fox Harbor to add to our list to review. But now that things are coming out, I would ask that any forestation member cruise their neighborhoods and look for trees either in the public spaces or street trees that probably should get a good looking at. Because I know I had an inquiry from an owner in Bridgepoint that I and it was not doing well, and she'd had an arborist come to look at it, but then right beside it in her neighbor's yard was a totally dead tree of some size. So I think we need to kind of get our list together, and then now that as of tomorrow, we will have an arborist. And so that probably is the way I would like to introduce Joseph Mann. Many of you got to meet him in the interview process, and he I think he grew up with trees, and his family's been involved with horticulture, and his education is based on that, and he just has a great enthusiasm for what he thinks we can do together. And one of the things that, was a bit of a question is that at this point, he does not have the tree risk assessment, but he is a certified arborist, and he is committed to getting that certification. There's actually a course in June that may or may not work out for him, but he had told us in the interview process that even if he did not get this position, he was committed to adding that to his scope of knowledge going forward. So the only conflict we might have in getting that for him in June is he and his wife are expecting a new baby about that time.
That's
So,
wonderful.
I think baby might take priority over tree. So, Joseph, would you like to say hello to everybody?
Yeah, thank you, Linda. I appreciate it. I'm excited for this role, and I anticipate a lot of work with the new development coming on, and I'm excited for the opportunity to put my name out there and show you all my passion and just kind of get the ball rolling. We we are expecting our second child June 14th. And the class runs from June 10th to the 12th. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I can get this class knocked out, and I'll have that certification that'll um, our work here. So.
I think that will be great. I know you're going to make it work out any way we can. If you have to wait for the second class, we'll just have to wait and see. And then Joseph and I have been in communication that hopefully we'll find a time next week to start visiting some of the neighborhoods, so he gets to get the lay of the land out here, and he can look at some of the trees that we've already earmarked as concerns and get that process started. And then notifications and working with Mike and just to kind of take care of our trees. So anything else from anybody for Joseph?
Joseph, do you prefer Joseph or Joe?
I like Joe. My mom always wants me to go by Joseph, so I'm happy with either one.
Well, we'll go with whatever you want us to use. So
Welcome,
Hey,
Joe.
A fellow named Aaron Boggs, and he always referred to you as Joe.
Yes, sir. Yes, yeah. I worked with Aaron at the Parklands for a while, and he worked closely with kind of my mom. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, he talked highly of you.
Oh, thank you.
We're so happy to have you. And I thought of you yesterday, Joe. There was a list online of the most beautiful college campuses in America. And Berry College, which I had never heard of before you, was like number
Yes, ma'am.
5 on the list.
Yes, ma'am.
So, yes, I think we're all going to have to take a trip and look at that
Yeah.
acreage out there. So,
Yes, ma'am.
welcome.
Thank you.
And
Well,
Joe,
I
I'll
think
add my welcome. I received the report from the committee that interviewed you, and they made a great choice, and I was pleased to endorse that. So we're delighted to have you on board.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you all. It's exciting.
Well, we're excited too. So we're looking forward to good things, and hopefully you and I can start some visiting next week, and we can find a time that will work for both of us. And certainly once we have your schedule, I will let everybody else on the board know. So anybody that's available is welcome to join us.
Of course. Yes.
And we'll go from so moving on to our next topic. I think you all from the council meetings were aware that the Jefferson County League of Cities was kind of paying some attention to trees, and that there are quite a few tree cities in the metro area, and they're looking to build on that and how it can benefit the community. So we kind of got together and were a driving force to create what we called the tree party back in February, and that we invited all of the tree cities in the metro area to join us, as well as providing a program for the local residents. And we feel it was very successful. And I think as a result, they see that there are some additional cities getting into the process of being certified as a Tree City USA. So we're pretty excited about that. And there's some updates, and I believe Sandra Leonard is with us today as our council member and representative to the League of Cities. So Sandra, you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, the show is yours.
I want to give you a little bit of background. All of us belong to different committees and everything else, and I've been going to the Jefferson County League of Cities for years. And a topic came up that if you were on this board, you would have said, well, of course they know that, but they didn't. And so I put together a group of, they're all mayors practically, except for me. And we started looking into things, but as we looked into things, people thought we should look into more things. And one of the phone calls I got was, what are the tree cities in Jefferson County? And I thought, well, heck, I know Linda Knox. And so I called her up because I thought without using my committee, I could go ahead and come up with this. And between Linda and I, Linda's putting me in the right direction because obviously I don't know about all the registering agencies. And she introduced me ultimately to Baggett, who's with the state, who is a great resource, but even he didn't have everything. So the bottom line was, between Linda, I, and Baggett, we put together a list. We gave it to the Jefferson County League of Cities board, and they got excited. Right there at the board meeting, 2 more cities decided they wanted to be tree cities. Well, a little while goes on. We've given every tree city a list of their other tree cities, and things get even bigger because Baggett comes as an adjunct speaker at a board meeting. And they're so excited that 2 large cities, St. Matthews and J-Town, right off the bat decide they're going to become tree cities. Anyway, the ball is rolling, and I think that I've come to you today to ask for some help because there are other things I'm working on right now with my group, and I can't do this one. Here's the thought. One of the things that I've noticed is that a mayor is too busy to take on the management of all the things that are going on in the mayor's city. And as a result, only one other city right now, maybe 2, have named somebody like Lee Tucci and then Linda Knox to chair their tree efforts. And what I'd like to do is to find out from different people that are in right now 13 cities that are tree cities in Jefferson County. I'd like to make phone calls to those, give them some background, find out if they've named somebody. If they haven't, we could kind of give them a little information and help. And so what I'm here today to ask you is if you would be willing, first of all, to make some phone calls, and I'm afraid I tried this out on Connie at first, make some phone calls to some of the other 13 cities, find out what they're doing, and maybe you could give them a little guidance and then get them to contact you when they named a person. Right now, for example, Woodland Hills has already named somebody, but that is the only place I've got this information. And then for us, what I would end up doing is I'll put together an agenda. We'll have a training session so you're comfortable with everything that you're saying to these people. But what we're hoping they'll all do is that they will form something like you. Something, I don't care what they call it. They can call it a forestation board. They can call it anybody. But it's really a pivot place within their city for tree activities. Now, why do this? One of the things that I found out as I'm going through this at a level higher than at the level of a city is there are tremendous financial resources out there. And there's no comprehensive way to provide this information to any of you. Cindy Sullivan has been a great resource, but even she is limited in her contact information ability. If we could put together something like, we can't call it the Jefferson County tree cities because there's already a JCTC. But if we could put together a resource group, we could end up sharing information, and we could probably all find financial backing and knowledge to do more. Linda going ahead and opening her, what she calls party, to everybody was absolutely huge. People walked out of there and they were so excited. One young lady who came to that, and I can't remember where she got her contact, even got a job out of that meeting with Metro. So the more we talk to one another, the more we help one another, the more we can be effective. And if some of you can't do that, that's absolutely fine. I'll take any help I can get. Anyway, that's what I'm asking. I'm asking if I can give you a training session, and then if you'll make phone calls, and then if you'll become, in a way, a resource to the smaller city that you've talked to.
Sandra, you know, you and I have talked about this, and I'm certainly willing to make some phone calls, and I've talked with potential members even before now. And there is one tool that I think could help any of us in a training session. Is that Jack Baggett did take the our foundation standards and condensed them into a very manageable 4-bullet guide. Because if you just look at the requirements online, it's a little intimidating, but it really isn't. And I think the key is with any of these cities that there is an individual who kind of becomes their tree champion. Because as you said, most of the mayors have a full plate to begin with, and I'm sure Doug would support that concept.
No, I
So
agree with you. The other thing that he did that I thought was so amazing, and he did it at your meeting too. One of the small cities has talked to me. I don't even have a $200 amount I can spend, and I understand that. And so when he started talking about there's one component of all of that where you've got to spend a certain amount of money per
capita,
resident, but he'll take volunteer hours for that. And so he has done a great deal to make things easier. And I think what we'd do is we'd serve as maybe a conduit for information to set up something within Jefferson County where information could be shared more readily than it can be right now. And since you all have done a fantastic job to date, as I say, I'll take any help I can get.
So what would you like any of the board members that are comfortable doing this to move forward? Just have them reach out to you directly?
Well, or they could reach out to you. The honest truth is, the next step would be to schedule a meeting where we can have a training session. It probably, no, if I tell you it'd be an hour, it'd probably take 2 hours. I don't think it would take more than that. I'd appreciate your help, Linda, with putting together the agenda. I can do it from the standpoint of other than what you just even said. I can do it from another angle, but the bottom line is once the training session takes place, in the training session, I think we could pick up timeframes. I've got contact information at the mayor level for all of the cities, and I think we could start with that. But I think we need to know what we're going to say, why we're going to say it, and then go from there. So if they talk to you, and if you'd pick 2 dates in case I'm busy on one of them, and if luck would have it, I'll try to get a couple of other people in who could help us with putting things together.
Okay, so everybody, if you think you want to take the opportunity to kind of help some other cities get involved at the level that we are, I think that'd be terrific. So just, shoot me an email or give me a call after the meeting, and then we'll start looking at dates and go from there.
Thank you.
I'd like to commend Sandra for doing this on her own. I think this is a fantastic idea that she's started.
I agree.
Thank
It's
you,
fantastic.
Okay, moving on, we did get the 26-27 tree plan completed, and we've got some of our new goals listed, and that is in the packet for the council meeting on Monday night. And I'll probably highlight a couple of the future things that we're looking at and see if they have any questions, and hopefully that there won't be any questions on it's being approved. Now, something else that was kind of exciting is that we know we have an extra slot available on our board. And we had had it full at one time, but then unfortunately the two individuals that had joined us, I think wanted to participate, but had other things going on that prevented them from continuing their service to the city. So meanwhile, Mandy was talking with one of her neighbors, and this person is an avid that not only has been, I guess, a mentor to Mandy, but also is someone that Herb has known for a while. And so Mandy contacted me and she said, we have somebody that might like to become part of the police. and,
Hey.
and so I got some more information, and she submitted some information in terms of her history and her background. And her name is Marty Hedgepath. And Doug reviewed the consideration, and she actually sent a really pretty picture of her yard and her background. And so Doug was very comfortable with it, and he will be nominating her to join our board at the council meeting on Monday night. So I had a conversation with her the other day. She sounds delightful, and I think it will be a pleasure to work with her. So Mandy, you started the ball on this one. What would you like to say about your friend?
Oh, I can't say enough about Marty. She has been, I mean, she's kind of like my garden fairy godmother in a lot of ways. She's always been so wonderful to my children. It's making me emotional. We just absolutely love them. And I've learned so much from her. And every time she shares, like, you just come away with so much more knowledge. You feel like you've got, I mean, she really knows what she's talking about. And she's so traveled. She's seen the world, and she has just a different perspective. And yet she absolutely loves home. And it shows in every single inch of the yard, her home, everything is just so, I don't know how to say it. It's like everything is touched with love and art and beauty, and it's everything. She just makes everything special, and I know that she's going to be wonderful for this board as well. So I'm so excited.
Now that's very good news. Just another team member to get out, and certainly they're in the landings with Mandy, so there are two people to help attack all those Bradford
That's a
pears.
lot of Bradford trees for just two people, so we'll get to it.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah, I've known
Linda,
a long time.
are is the board filled now? Have we
Yes.
got enough people? Oh, okay.
We're full for now.
No, I don't think so. I think there's still one opening, isn't it?
I think that's correct.
How many are on the board? Potentially.
7.
It was expanded, a couple years ago
Yeah,
to add 2 extra members.
Yeah, it went from 5 to 7.
Okay, I guess Mandy filled one of them, and then Mario filled the second one. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say Mandy took one of the slots, and then Marty will be the other slot.
Okay.
And the rest of us are. Okay. But obviously, I know, Connie, you had mentioned somebody that isn't going to be living in Prospect, but might be a candidate on down
I think Mandy's candidate is a lot better.
I think it makes a lot of sense based on her history and her location. That I agree. Okay. That's a lot of good stuff happening today. Our next meeting would be June 11th. And again, we'll stick with WebEx. Is there any other topic that people would like to bring up, or questions, comments?
No, I think it's great that we've got an arborist just about almost.
Yeah, I'd say it's a big day. We've almost got an arborist as of tomorrow, and then we have another board member. So that's a lot of things to celebrate. So with that in mind, I guess we can call for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Hold on just one second.
Oh,
Linda, if I could, that's also the day June 11th is also the day of the Bats game. And so
Oh.
each of you should have received an email from John about that you're invited, and if you bring a guest, there's a small charge, but so it's a very nice event that it's at the club level, so you have access to the club, and it's a lot of fun. So I hope everybody can do that. We need to
Okay, I
make sure
did get the email, so hopefully everybody else did too.
and we need to get Joe on that list too, so he's got an opportunity to come to the Bats game and meet some of the other folks in the city.
Okay.
That is if his baby isn't here then. His baby is due June 14th, remember? So
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, be sure to give him a ticket for the baby.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to, we need a motion to adjourn.
I can make a motion.
Second. Oh,
All in favor? All right,
Aye.
thank you, everybody, for a great meeting. Appreciate it
Aye.
all. See
Aye.
you next time.
Bye. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, bye-bye, take care.
Bye-bye. Hey, Ron,
Yeah,
would you mind sending me over the transcript?
I sure
This
will.
one was a doozy.
Yeah. Oh, come on, Mandy.
I need to learn the court reporting. just
Yeah.
go to my Zen place.
It's